There have been reports of a convoy or vehicles of Gazans that were going from north to south on Salah-al-Din road, which is the main street in the Gaza Strip. Here it goes from north to south, and there were reports of Gazan casualties. Now, I'd like to say something about reports coming out of the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip, there aren't two governments there. There's one government. The government is Hamas. So when the so-called Gaza Ministry of Health issues information, the amount of people killed, if they were armed people or not, if they were men or women or children, obviously that information is authorized by Hamas. And it's okay for release by Hamas, and it would serve the purposes of Hamas. So when you get information, if you're a journalist, or if you're just listening to what's going on, and you get information from the Gaza Strip, please be very, very skeptical of the veracity and ask yourself, why was this information disseminated and how does it serve Hamas and its propaganda purposes? And I'd like to show you something. This is footage made by local Gazans of that incident. And you see the explosion there? We're going to zoom in. You know what? We're going to show it again, just so you can see it better. Vehicles traveling, some guy is filming, and then all of a sudden, a big explosion. Now, you can't see it now, but we've zoomed in. Actually, we haven't. People who know how to do it around the world, forensic analysis and other people, visual imagery experts, they've zoomed in and they've enlarged the area of the explosion. That's one of those pictures. And here's another picture, a little bit zoomed out, of the same very incident. They've basically isolated the frames and looked and wanted to understand where the explosion started and what it looks like. Now, I'm no forensic expert. I wouldn't be able to say if this is a roadside IED or if this is a strike from above. But what I am able to say with confidence, because we have asked, is that the IDF did not purposely strike in that area. There was no targeting of vehicles, there was no targeting of civilians, specifically because we want we don't target civilians anyhow, but specifically because we wanted people to go south. So it makes no sense for the IDF to have done it. Who would want to stop those same civilians? The same organization that did the roadblocks, Hamas. Now, again, this isn't conclusive. What is conclusive is that we for sure didn't strike on purpose. It may have been some kind of a freak accident, which I doubt, but I think that this visual imagery, and by the way, both BBC and other media outlets and many on Twitter have looked at this and analyzed it, and there are questions about what happened here and how that explosion occurred. And again, any information coming out of the Gaza Strip authorized by Hamas should be treated with extreme caution and suspicion because it serves their propaganda purposes.